Hello, everyone. I'm Bo for Brutal Commentary, and today I'm going to be breaking down some Muay Thai matchups. Apologies for the radio silence. I had some personal stuff to take care of, but I am back, and today I'm going to be covering the last card of One Championship. So, for those of you who aren't One fans, every Friday, One puts on One Friday Fight. It's very similar to the Contender Series where kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai fighters, and submission grapplers compete, eat against each other for a spot on One's roster. Now, the only difference is that it takes multiple fights usually, unless it's like what's the word for big known figures to enter from, like, say, Lupiti Stadium in order to get the contract from One Championship. And usually it's some bangers, absolutely fantastic fights. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to cover every single card on during One Friday Fights. That's just one too many. Plus, UFC cards and some other prominent matchups. But for the last card, this being One Friday Fights 137, it's a pretty big card because there's some very important matchups. So I'll be covering the featured fight, the co-main event, and then the main event. So without further ado, for our featured fight, we have a legend of Muay Thai, Sam A, taking on Jaosuayai. Jaosuayai. So this is going to be a fantastic matchup. Sam A is a legend in Muay Thai. 42 years old with 435 fights. His record exactly is 376, 50, and 9. He is the former 3-division Lupiti Stadium champion, the former 1 flyweight Muay Thai champion, the inaugural 1 strawweight Muay Thai champion, and the 1 inaugural strawweight kickboxing world champion. He is absolute legend. Now, he's no longer the champion. He was at one point in his career, and he's still beating a lot of these young guys who are well over 20 years his junior. Now, not exactly Jaosuayai, he's 24, but he has a lot of fights too, about 160 or so. In fact, you pull up his record. It's a little trickier with looking up these guys' professional records. How do I want to say this? The one website doesn't exactly have it per se, but Jaosuayai, has 126 fights. What was I thinking? 160, 83, 40, and 3 draws, with 32 of those wins being knockouts. So this is going to be fireworks. Sam A is one of the best Muay Famers or Muay Thai technicians the sport has ever seen. Meanwhile, Jaosuayai, apologies if I butchered the name, by the way, is sort of the new generation of Muay Thai fighters, very aggressive, pressure heavy, never giving his opponents room to breathe. So more or less a Muay Mat, if you will. So you have Sam A's whose approach is rooted in efficiency and control, while Jaosuayai, success depends on imposing his physicality, pace, and, like I said, overall aggression. So this is going to be fireworks. So without further ado, let's break down their styles. Starting with Sam A, as I said, he's one of the best Muay Famers ever in the sport of Muay Thai. Just watch some of his fights in One or in Lupiti Stadium. He is such a technician. His style is also defined by his balance, timing, and economy of motion, or just basically how no wasted movements whatsoever. Sam A rarely throws without purpose and almost never sacrifices position for offense. His footwork allows him to maintain ideal range, keeping exchanges on his terms and minimizing his risk. That left kick of Sam A's is the center point of his game. It functions as his range finder, a scoring weapon, and a method of disrupting forward movement. Sam A uses it to the body and arms to slow his opponents down and reduce their offense's output over time. Because let me tell you, fighters who block kicks like this to their upper body, eventually those arms are going to wear out from blocking so many kicks. In fact, I've seen some fighters literally break their arm blocking a kick. So that is a very dangerous weapon. So Sam A's kicking game is supported also by strong stance discipline. Very rarely you see him out of position. Very rarely you see him stumble out of balance. He's always exactly where he needs to be. And that's just, years and years of training. Now, in terms of his hands, Sammy favors clean, direct punches rather than explosive combinations. He punches when his feet are set and when his opponent is already compromised positionally. Defensively, Sammy relies on a compact guard, subtle head movement, and small positional adjustments rather than exaggerated reactions. So, perhaps most importantly, though, I think Sammy understands pace and scoring at a very elite level. He's very comfortable just winning rounds. He doesn't hunt for the knockout per se. He knows now if it presents himself, he will take it. But it's very similar to elite MMA fighters, like say, how do I want to say? Like Leon Edwards to a degree. I know Edwards is on a skid, but in the idea is that these fighters understand that winning rounds and scoring is just as good as winning a fight as like scoring a knockout. Basically, they're not finishers in the sense that they hunt for it. If it presents itself, they'll take it. But at the end of the day, winning the rounds is what's the most important to them. Excuse me. And that trusting of clean technique and balance is very rewarding. It rewards them with the wins. Now, looking at Jaosuayai, he operates as a pressure-oriented fighter whose offense is driven by forward movement and physical commitment. His objective is to close distance quickly and force exchanges where his power and aggression can influence the fight. It's important to note he actually fought at flyweight before moving down to strawweight. Now, for ones, again, it's kind of a weight class above, if you will. Their flyweights are 135 pounds, so their strawweight's 125 pounds. So it'll be interesting to see how the weight cut goes. Plus, by his own admission, he's fighting someone who he's admired all of his life. And so that'll be a very interesting thing to think about in this fight. Another thing about Jaosuayai, he throws with intent. Practically when stepping into punching range, his attacks are designed to create visible impact. And when he gains momentum, his confidence and output also increase. So Jaosuayai is most efficient when opponents are retreating in a straight line and allowing him to dictate the pace. However, his forward pressure can come at the expense of defensive structure. Committing entries often places his weight forward, creating moments where balance and defensive recovery, that's like where you throw a strike and then you're putting your guard back up immediately. Sometimes that is compromised when like you throw all your power, because sometimes you can be delayed in getting it back, or you can be absent-minded and keep your hands down after throwing the strike. And against a fighter with strong timing and positional awareness, these moments become opportunities for a counter. So Jaosuayai success depends heavily on maintaining intensity, whether his pressure stalls or is repeatedly disrupted. His effectiveness is kind of diminished. Now, looking at their styles, the central clash is control of distance. Jaosuayai must move through Sammy's preferred range to initiate offense, while Sammy is most effective precisely in that transitional space. Sammy's lead leg plays a critical role in disrupting Jaosuayai's pressure. Each entry risks being met with a kick that scores while simultaneously slowing forward momentum. So over the course of the fight, these strikes accumulate both physically and tactically, forcing resets and reducing sustained pressure. Because if Jaosuayai continuously takes leg kicks to his lead leg, then that forward pressure style is going to be effective quite heavily, because he's not going to want to put as much balance on his lead leg if it starts to get compromised. Now, timing also favors Sammy. Jaosuayai's attacks rely on commitment and speed, whereas Sammy anticipates patterns and positions himself to counter rather than react. This also allows Sammy to land clean, efficient strikes while remaining defensively responsible. So while Jaosuayai may find success in isolated moments, particularly if he can back Sammy towards the ropes, Sammy's footwork and ring awareness makes prolonged pressure difficult. And as the fight progresses, the technical fighter's ability to maintain structure becomes increasingly valuable. So from what you can probably tell, I am going to pick Sam A to win this fight. Jaosuayai is likely to have moments early through pressure and physicality. He is a very strong fighter, and he is moving down a weight class. But sustaining that success against such a disciplined technician is a difficult task. And Sam A's ability to control range, disrupt rhythm, and score cleanly should allow him to gradually take command of the fight. And barring a decisive power strike from Jaosuayai, he could knock him out. That's always a possibility. I think Sam A's composure, experience, and technical precision point towards a clear decision victory with a clear separation as the fight moves on. So once again, I'm going to pick Sam A. I'm going to pick him via decision in this fight. But with that being said, that's been my breakdown in this matchup. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on who you think is going to win. But until then, I've been Bo for Brutal Commentary. Stay calm, stay respectful, and enjoy the violence. I'll see you all next time.